Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for August 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your monthly reading for August. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome, but we have officially entered Leo season. Now, what that means is August really increases your passion for all things and sets your soul ablaze. It's a powerful influence this month that helps you enhance energy, focus, and encourages you to find more fun in your life doing the things that you love, to follow your heart and extend your compassion to all you meet. Now, you are at the center stage of your life this month as more opportunities to live your best life flows towards you. You may feel more compelled to travel, get creative, read that book or take that class, party or barbecue with friends, try new things, soak up the season of abundance, and really rekindle that lust for life. However, it's not all plain sailing. It never is it? Anyway, this month could also see some bumps in the road due to some heavy planetary alignments. We have one super full moon on the 1st or 2nd of August, depending on where you are in the world, a new moon on the 16th of August, and a rare super blue moon on the 30th or 31st, depending on where you are in the world, of August, that can really see some unpredictable energy, okay? Now, these times tend to make you feel a little bit more sensitive than usual and also interfere with your sleeping patterns, so just watch out for that. Also, it's a perfect time to use that gravitational pull because that's 3 major moon energies that can help you attract more of what you desire into your life. Uranus also squares the new moon on the 16th, which can lead to some difficult energy. The new moon is all about new beginnings, and Uranus, when that muscles in, it's all about the unpredictable shocks. So some of those new beginnings could actually be forced upon you, requiring you to be really flexible. So for example, look at that. We've got new beginnings right there, the Fool card. For example, if there is a food substance that perhaps you're allergic to, or it makes you feel bloated, or it doesn't make you feel very good, but it's kind of nice, things may come to a very critical climax with that, and you may have to, cut it out. It forces you to cut it out forever and embrace a new lifestyle choice. And that's just a small example of how Uranus can really force your hand. Uranus, it really forces you to make changes that are necessary, that perhaps you've been holding back on. So it can be a positive, but also a negative influence. I definitely see that because it's in Leo season, it tends to be a very positive influence. On a global scale, you may notice the launch of new policies, restrictions, or rules quicker than you were expecting, which may come as a bit of a shock. For example, earlier launches of digital currencies or governmental policies that surprise the collective, encouraging society to embrace a new way of living. Now, Mercury also retrogrades from the 23rd of August, and this time it moves through the sign of Virgo. This will be a pretty intense retrograde for all of us. It's a time where we cast a very critical eye on past mistakes and how we can do better in life, get more organized, get life back on track, or find an alternative approach and create a backup plan. Also, this is time to really focus on your communication, because you may experience electronic or internet or communication issues during this time. So double check the spam folders too, because, you know, Mercury retrograde can really play havoc with important messages. You may also see some delays and things like that going on when it comes to travel too. Now, on a more positive note, we do have Lionsgate, which is the 8/8 portal that transforms your manifesting ability to the max. You've got the Lover's card here, and at grassroots, that's all about, you know, attracting what your heart desires. So it's going to work really well for you. But its strongest potential is, of course, in and around the 8/8, or the 8th of August, shall we say. It is a really intense portal to increase your prosperity, and it's a perfect time to launch new ideas or businesses that will be very, very lucrative. It's also a great time to release outdated bad habits, heal old wounds, and look forward to the future with your head held high, okay? Now, it's time to feel proud of the journey that you've been on, or that you've been taking so far. You have come a long way, and the struggle really has been real. But this season asks you to kick back, relax, recharge your batteries, and attract more fun and laughter into your life. And I know that's a lot of energy, but what's that? Okay, so I have a little gecko over there it's a symbol of good luck and good fortune. And it just fell off the wall. Let's hope that's not an omen for what's going on in August for you. But anyway, let's move forward. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? Just to let you know, your 4th house, your 10th house, and your 5th house will also be influencing you this month. The 4th house is all about stability. You'll be focusing a little bit more on your home life, doing things, you know, around your home, decluttering, maybe DIY, creating a space that really is your sanctuary. Some of you, you've been so busy. You can't even catch a break right now. And I feel that you may be desiring to just clean the home space because you haven't had time, or do that project around the home that perhaps has been really on your mind. Also, some of you may desire a duvet day because you are running on empty and you're exhausted, running from pillar to post, doing lots of responsibilities and tasks, and it just feels like you're always on the go. Now, also, there may be a few family responsibilities this month as well, so you may be helping family members with something in particular, and of course, be generous with your wonderful time. If you're, you know, always on the go, I feel like they miss your company and your attention. And of course, don't spread yourself thin. Quality time with family is really important. And, you know, I feel also you're having this bigger philosophical questioning this month, where you are looking at where you belong, analyzing your journey, and, you know, processing past situations in order to find more security and grounding in the present moment. Your 10th house actually kicks in around about mid-month, and that's all about ambition. You'll have the energy, the drive, and the motivation to get projects finished and your tasks done. In business, you'll elevate and make your mark on your part of the world and establish your reputation as someone who is successful, full of great ideas, and destined for the top. On a more general level, it means you'll be more organized, you'll be setting yourself goals and really smashing them out of the park. And you'll be in a state of doing. You're going to be very productive this month. So everything that you set as a target, I feel like you'll be right on target. Now, your 5th house takes over right at the end of the month, and that's really about the pursuit of pleasure. So that's about letting your hair down, going out and having fun, accepting invitations, coming out of your comfort zone, out of your shell, out of hermit mode, or out of Scorpio mode, shall we say. I'm a Scorpio, so I understand that. Sometimes we just need to take a step back from life because it's a lot, okay? And you tend to deal with more than most. Now, also, I feel it's time to really channel your energy into creative pursuits or things that make you, you know, have that fire in your belly. And it's a perfect time also to find love or reignite that spark in a current relationship that's already established. So if you're looking for love, I mean, looking at your reading, you've got the Lover's card and the 2 of Cups. So I definitely see that there is an invitation coming in for you in the month of August. This could be to somewhere you've never been before is what they're showing me. And I feel there is someone at that invitation, or wherever that invitation is, that really sparks your attention, your curiosity. This reading's really not meant to be about love, but it's showing up. So there's definitely the potential for it. I mean, it could be someone's wedding that you meet this person, because I feel like there's a couple that you know really well who'll be at this event. And I feel, I mean, it could even be that there's like a well-known couple, or you meet a couple at the event and they know somebody and they kind of introduce you, okay? But I feel you and this person, you don't really need any introducing, because I feel as soon as you and this person see each other, your eyes lock and it is intense and it is on straight away, okay? But anyway, let's move on from that energy. Your first card is intuition, and you are really like honing your intuition on a deeper level in the month of August. Some of you may take a step back to really get clear on who you are, what you want, and the direction that you're taking, because I feel you've been burnt out, or you feel that you've been carrying a heavy load recently. I get a sense that you've had so much on that you can't catch a break. It's like you're being really organized in your life. You're doing projects over here, but then suddenly something else has been taking your attention over there. Also, you're keeping an eye on what's going on in the world. And I feel like there's just this heavy load that has been on your shoulders recently. And you're like, when do I catch a break? When does it ever end? And I get a sense that things are going to get a little bit more, not easier for you. I've got to be honest, we've got a Knight of Swords here and a Two of Cups. But I feel some of you will change your schedule around that makes things suit you better. That just you find the time, more time to do things, and suddenly you're in a flow, and it just makes you feel supercharged, because it's really important to recognize that if you're doing something that has become really repetitive and it's just making you feel low energy, or you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, I've got to do that thing again. I feel like you may actually change things around or restructure in your day-to-day like tasks, and just one simple restructure actually recharges you in a different way, and you just approach everything in like a different energy and a different mindset. So I feel some of you are actually restructuring the way you work or the way you organize your day. And I know that sounds like such a boring thing to perhaps come out in the reading, but I feel it actually makes your life run a lot smoother, and it gives you more time for you, but also more time for fun, okay? Now, with this card, this can indicate some of you have a secret or something that you're keeping to yourself at this time, okay? I really get a sense here that you may be working on something, a goal in secret, or you're achieving goals. I get a sense here that the more successful you are, the quieter you're becoming. That's a really good, clever thing to do, because people tend to look at you in a different way when you start to do really well. And it's not that they wish you unwell, it's that they wish it was them. And it may change the dynamics a little bit. And I feel like there's something either you're working on or some idea that you've had that's new, or you're manifesting something, working really hard towards something, and you're not telling everybody about it. Whatever this is, it's going to be very successful. It's going to change your life, okay? It is something it's like a goal that you've had for a long time. It may even be like a childhood dream is what they're showing me, something that you've always wanted to do. I feel like you're having the courage to go after it, or you have had the courage to go after it, and it's going to be wildly successful, whatever this is, okay? Also with the intuition card, I feel you're definitely developing your spiritual gifts this month. Some of you may take a spiritual retreat, or you may be looking for like-minded people who really vibe at a frequency that you do, because I get a sense here of community. You may have been always feeling like you're on the outside looking in, and you don't truly connect to different groups of people in the same way other people do. And I feel like you're searching for your tribe at the moment. I definitely see that you will meet someone who is just as spiritual as you, and I feel that you may be looking at partnerships like friendships, but also I feel whoever it is, if you're looking for love, the person you're drawn to is actually very mature in their spirituality. They're very far along on their path, and this really intrigues you, because I feel it's unique for you to meet someone who has a lot of depth, or who has really analyze themselves to the level that you have. And I feel this is like supercharged energy, okay? Also, I feel in terms of friendships as well, you may be in a love relationship already, an established relationship. I definitely get a sense here that you are delving deeper with this person, and really almost like going further, if that's even possible, because you and your partner tend to merge. But I definitely see that you and your person, you may think about traveling or even relocating. I definitely get a sense here of changing something to reignite the spark in life. And with the Two of Cups and the Lover's card here, I do feel your month is all about love. Now, it doesn't have to be about romantic love. It means you're listening to your heart and you're engaging in experiences that resonate with your heart, okay? You're doing a lot of attracting at this time as well. So not only are you attracting people on a physical level, but also in terms of law of attraction, because the Lover's card at grassroots, this is really about your heart vibing at a certain frequency that attracts what you desire, okay? This could be, a project, it could be an opportunity, it could be a contract, it could even be like something financial. But I feel this month it's like about stopping and smelling the roses and really connecting to your inner world and what makes you love life, okay? That spark, because I feel it has been missing because you've been so busy, you just haven't had the time to really even think about who you are, where you're going, what you're doing, because you're just always on the go. And I feel you're going to get that time and space to be able to do that this month, okay? So it really is all about love, all about your heart. I get a sense here that you have very high manifestation potential this month. So I would write a list, okay? I would write things down, especially with the Ace of Swords present. This is like get organized, get clear on what you want, especially since that 8-8 portal, it tends to work at manifesting at a very high degree. And you've got the Lover's card and you've got the Two of Cups, which is an affinity with you attracting what you desire, okay? Now, the Ace of Swords, I really feel like you're finding your voice, you're being a little bit more organized this month, and you're getting clear on projects, lots of new ideas, lots of mental clarity about direction, because you have been soul searching. Not as much as you'd perhaps like because you have been on the go, but I really get a sense here that you're finding more peace in your world, and I feel like you're finding lots of creative solutions to any problems that you've been experiencing. Also, the Ace of Swords indicates a major breakthrough. You're going to see lots of evidence in the month of August of fate intervening, lots of like numerical synchronicities. There's definitely a transformation at work here, and I feel you're going to see lots of coincidences, but things are happening at great speed this month for you. So you can expect quick results on anything that you're connecting to. Now, for some of you, I feel like you've been experiencing like major migraines or, lots of tension headaches. And I feel that you're going to approach your diet in a very different way this month, where you're trying to limit things that can trigger, that migraine or that tension, because I definitely see that you're trying to manage your stress levels, manage pressure this month. I feel like you're being serious about it, okay? You may have mentioned it in the past, but this month you're really serious about it, and that's probably that Uranus influence, really forcing your hand to cut things out. It puts you in more optimum energy to get whatever it is you're focused on done, because I feel here you're cutting anything out that really no longer serves you. And I feel like this is a big month for you to change things around, open up to new experiences, and really break bad habits and release anything that's been hindering you to make space for something greater. Also, the Ace of Swords, some of you may be compelled to write. You could start a diary or a journal. It's almost, I almost want to correct myself on that. Even though the energy is there, part of me is like, you know what, a Scorpio, they don't write things down. They keep it in their mind. They keep it in their heart. They don't write things down. It's just, I don't know. I mean, if you're going to be creative and write like a script or like a project or perhaps, but a diary, I don't know. I mean, maybe some of you are trying something new, but deep down, I'm getting majority energy of the collective saying, no, Baba, we would never write that stuff down. We keep it in our mind and we keep it locked away so no one else can read it. So that's what's coming out. But there is some energy coming through of you, like, using a cathartic experience. So some of you may be like, deciding to journal about some basic things in order to help you really get clear on some emotional processing or on some trauma. I get a sense here of you really like taking accountability for your past, but also like purging past situations from your energetic sphere, and really like being bluntly honest with yourself. If something is not working, or if something seems to be like presenting as an illusion, like it's not real, I feel like you're getting really critical with yourself and saying, no, it's not for me. And you are really detaching from it quite quickly. That could be a person, a situation, it could be an event. Also, I'm picking up an energy of some of you may have had to have a procedure recently, and I feel, you know, you may have surgery in some way, or a procedure on something. It could be dental. It doesn't have to be like, I mean, dental surgery is also major surgery, but I get a sense of you healing. So take the time you need to heal, okay? Don't, because sometimes, you know, as soon as you have it done, I get a sense of you wanting to get back into the fray, or wanting to get back on the go. It's important you don't. Okay, just listen to your heart. It's really important. Listen to your intuition. Slow down the pace just a little bit, just to recharge your batteries and get back to best, and then get back on it. Okay. Now, I'm also picking up, and I'm going to have to pull a card here. There's going to be someone who's going to hint to you. I mean, you can see it already. You know who this person is. But there's going to be someone who hints to you. They think they're being like all cloak and dagger, kind of hinting at you, but I feel like you know already. This person, they have romantic interests in you. Okay, so let me just pull a card on that. Ace of Swords. I mean, you're getting the exact cards, even in a different deck. Yeah, this is someone you know. I mean, it could be a friend. Six of Cups tends to be nostalgia, someone remembering you, how you used to be with them, how you made them feel special, because you tend to, you know, be very intense and you don't give your attention to everybody. So I really get a sense here that this person, they liked the way that you interacted with them, and they find you very attractive. Now, this could be a friend from the past, could be like even a spark between you and someone that never really got explored. Doesn't have to be an ex, but the Six of Cups tends to tell me someone from the past. It's like they reach out and they either want to meet up, or they want to rekindle something, or they just want to get back in your world in some way. I'm going to see how you feel about this person, but they're going to tell you the truth. This person was in love. This person really was in love, okay? But I feel this person, they let a lot of their baggage get in the way of exploring a connection with you. So let me see how you feel about this person. Ace of Pentacles, I feel like you gave your all to this person, but they made you feel very uncertain. You didn't know where you stood with this person. It also threw up a lot of fear and intense anxiety. I feel you can't, there's part of you that perhaps doesn't trust this person. It may have even spun you off to thinking about money, and just, I mean, it was, at one stage, it was a dream come true. You did want this person. Okay, this was, so I'm honestly picking up on an ex here. Can you please clarify? I mean, Venus retrograde is occurring at the moment, which means exes tend to reach out during this time. The Hierophant and the Nine of Wands. You may have felt that this person chose a high-level commitment over you, or they wounded you in a way, and you learned a lesson that was difficult, and you don't really want to explore it again. I feel part of you, you know, you may enjoy the fact that this person still thinks about you, but ultimately this person hurt you. You got burnt in this situation, or you're very cautious about this situation because you may feel that perhaps this person's gonna like repeat a cycle, especially since you've got the Wheel of Fortune here. I feel like the cycle stops at you. You've decided no way. So I'm just gonna see if you're cutting this person out. I mean, I really feel like you are. Page of Wands and the Lover's card. So whilst you do have a choice, the Page of Wands tells me that you're ready for new adventures. You're ready for a new flirtation that's coming into your life, okay? So that's happening there. Now, that's not going to resonate for everyone, I know, but that's just showing up there. Some of you, if you're married, especially since the Hierophant is there, okay? I really feel with the Hierophant, it's like you may be in a high-level commitment already, and this person reaches out. I feel you're not allowing this person access to your life, even though it's kind of nice to know that you still got it, or that this person, you know, has nostalgia about how things used to be and happy memories. I feel with the Page of Wands, I feel like, you know, you're more focused on your purpose, your life purpose right now. And a Scorpio in love will never cheat. Okay, so it's just not on their radar to do that. Okay, so I feel if you're with someone else, if you're with a high-level commitment right now, I feel like you won't even entertain it. So moving on, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, and it's in the resistance position. So you may have felt that life has been very chaotic. Things have not been going your way. Every time you try to connect to something, something seems to go wrong. If you're trying to work on something, the noise seems to be like super loud and you can't concentrate. Neighbors seem to get louder, or there's like building work outside, or it could even be that every time you send an email, the internet's not working. Things seem to have been against you recently, and it's just making you feel super fed up. With the changing cycles, that will change for you over the month of August. Things will transform for the better. Also, your luck is improving in the month of August, and I know that's like every Scorpio out there is like, really though? Like, really? Do we ever get any luck? Well, yeah, there is definitely some good luck coming here for you, okay? Now, I wish I'd written it down. I always say this. I kick myself every time. They were giving me, before I came to this reading, that maps will be really important for you. And, of course, there's a big old map in that card, but I didn't call it, so forget about it. I feel maps, every time you see a map in the month of August and beyond, but I feel in particular August, something that you're thinking about for your path, whether it's you're trying to change your life in some way, the first thought that comes to your mind, that's the true one. So if, for example, you're wondering about whether you should relocate and you're out and about and you see a map on a billboard, your first thought about you relocating, whether it's like, you know what, I'm going to miss my friends, then that's telling you something. Or whether it's like, I can't wait to have a new adventure, that's telling you something. I feel you're going to get messages every time you see a map. It's almost like your inner voice gives you like a little piece of your puzzle. So look out for that. That's a very interesting energy that's coming through. But I feel like you're changing lanes in your life, or some of you may be changing your approach or even a direction in some way. You're creating more freedom in your life. And with this card, I feel destiny is meeting synchronicity in order to put really awesome opportunities and lucky breaks in your path in the month of August. Whilst most people are off taking a vacation or a holiday, even if you do take a trip somewhere, I definitely get a sense that opportunity will flow to you wherever you are, okay? Now we do have the Five of Wands. Why does it have to be so hard? That's a question that keeps coming out. And with the Five of Wands, I really get a sense here that some of you have been battling away on something, but it will get, as I said, it's not easier. I feel like you streamline your schedule and things get just a little bit like more simple, shall we say. With the Five of Wands, some of you may have been in training for something and you're coming to the end of it, you're reaching your target. Some of you may be thinking about training for something and been putting it off, and you found it's challenging because you want to really focus on it, but you've been so busy and had lots of responsibility in other areas of your life. I definitely see that you're going to have time this month to really connect to the things that make you happy, okay? Also, if you've noticed any competition or rivalry in your life recently, whether it's a friend who kind of looks at you like they wish, some aspects of your life was theirs, I feel even if you go for a job opportunity and there's lots of other candidates, you are the best of the bunch. You're the pick of the bunch. And I get a sense here that anything that you're connecting to, because I see some of you like launching either a new business or opening yourself up to a new promotion, or even putting your resume out there to get new opportunities. I feel like there's going to be one that matches exactly what you desire, but also gives you a little bit more freedom in your schedule, as well as a little bit more money. Anything that you connect to, whether it's a task or a responsibility or even just day-to-day life, I feel like you're going to hit the mark, you're reaching your goals. There's a lot of productivity, you're going to be very busy, don't get me wrong, but I feel like you're going to be in the flow of doing and enjoying what you do. Now, also with the Five of Wands, in this position, it does tend to tell me that you're going to manage your stress levels in a different way. Things may have been challenging recently, especially some of you are trying to create something new in your life, whether that's, that you're trying to move. I mean, moving is probably one of the most stressful things you'll do in your lifetime because it's, everything you ever own in a box, lumbering it across and, trying to get everything all in order. So some of you may actually be moving, or you're trying to do something that's difficult right now and you've had a lot on and you've been doing a lot of the heavy lifting there. The Ten of Wands indicates that you're exhausted, okay, and that you need to take a break. You can't do it all by yourself, okay? And if you try to, eventually the universe will give you a reason to stop, especially with Uranus in the mix. It could mean that Suddenly, you know, the universe sends you a cold, a seasonal cold that puts you out of action for a little bit. Or, you know, I get a sense here that you need to slow down just a little bit and not overload yourself or spread yourself too thin. You're someone who is very, very like independent, and you've had to be strong in life because circumstances have made you that way. And with the Five of Wands, I feel like things have been challenging and you've taken it all on your shoulders, and it's just made you feel like, when does the fun start? And I get a sense that it definitely starts in August, especially at the end of the month, okay? Now, the Ten of Wands also indicates that you're doing a lot of decluttering in your life. You're like burning away bridges. I get a sense that you're clearing space for new beginnings. This is a really exciting card because it means, yes, you've been carrying a heavy load, but now you're about to set it down. And with the Fool card, it means you're opening yourself up to new adventures, new paths, taking chances on something that's going to benefit you in the long run. Excuse me. Also, I feel August, if you're taking a vacation, you're definitely going to take a trip away that recharges your batteries and resets your mind, and gives you this like lust for life that perhaps you've been feeling is missing. That spark or that sparkle has been missing for a little while. Now, we do have the World card. The World card is all about attracting abundance and working towards, you know, making progress. I definitely see that there is reward here, prosperity here for you, but I feel like it's been hard won. I definitely get a sense here that you are focusing on your journey and where you want to end up, you know, your like final destination, like what is the target, and you're going to reach it, and all your efforts will come full circle. This is a card of being satisfied with what you're doing and completing things in a, you know, a timely fashion so that you can focus a little bit more on you and your journey. Also, some of you at the end of the month, you may have some surprise travel coming up. Maybe a new job comes in or an opportunity to travel pops up. It could even literally be a friend reaching out and saying, hey, fancy a quick trip to a quick road trip somewhere. I really get a sense that you're like throwing caution to the wind at the end of the month and really embracing like new experiences or new invitations. Also, with the World card, this really indicates that you're on the right path. You're exactly where you're meant to be in the world, and the right people, the right places, and the right situations for you are going to, you know, make their way towards you. And I feel like you're just going to look back on August feeling really proud of yourself that you got so much done and that you're exactly where you wanted to be at the end of the month. Also, we've got the Fool card. Now, this means that you are ready to launch yourself into September, of course, but also it's more than that. The Fool card is about embracing that playful, open-hearted, like spirit that is within you, that inner child that sometimes, because of responsibility, like bills, you know, living life, this crazy world that we're connected to right now that feels more like a circus where nothing, you know, makes sense anymore. I feel, you know, the world at large and the everyday has really like knocked your confidence about, or knocked your like energy levels and made you feel like, well, what's the point? And I feel you really just want to get out there and have fun and try and experience what the world has to offer. So some of you may actually think about traveling or book some sort of adventure that helps you like see the world a little bit more, or soak up new cultures, or I just get a sense of release, okay? Some of you may literally get the keys to a new apartment, or be thinking about going into real estate and find that actually you have the money to do that. And I get a sense here of you launching something. So this could be something that perhaps, you know, you are contemplating right now, some ideas. Whatever you think about at the beginning of August, by the end of August, it's in motion. You're ready to set sail on it. And I feel it's going to be very exciting for you. So whether that's you putting your resume out there because you want a new opportunity, because some of you have been doing a lot of hard work that has gone unnoticed in your current circumstances. And I feel like you're deciding to take your talents elsewhere if you're feeling really undervalued or underestimated. And I definitely see new opportunities coming in for you to fast track towards where you want to be, whether it's a promotion or a raise. But I feel something big is ending in your life because something new is beginning, and it's a very exciting time for you. It could even be like an outdated habit that you have that perhaps has really dominated your life, whether it's like an addiction, or whether it's an attraction to a person who's not good for you, or whether it's like you, having sugar or things that perhaps are not good for your body. I really get a sense that you are just looking at what fulfills you and what's good for you. And I feel like you're seeking a little bit more fun, pleasure, and spontaneity in your life. And that's really going to happen for you at the end of the month. We've got the Knight of Swords. So this is a very goal-oriented knight, but also it's a card of like things gathering momentum, a very fast-paced month where your ideas are taking motion. I feel that you are creating things. You're not just staying stagnant. And I also get a sense here that you're being really brave and bold to do things that perhaps either your family have never done before, or you're forging away. You're like a maverick doing things that you've been ambitious about for quite some time. Also, this is a card of changing your life. So whether it is, you bringing more exercise into your life, or actually, bringing healthier foods or better sleeping patterns, I definitely get a sense here that you are nourishing yourself in a different way this month. And the Knight of Swords also indicates that some of you are responding differently to challenging circumstances. Like you've had a lot on, so I feel you're restructuring your schedule to be more in the flow, so you have more energy, more time for you, and have some, enjoyment in what you're doing. But also I feel there's just this energy of you adapting to a new way of thinking and living that is for your highest good. And the Knight of Swords tends to mean that a positive outcome is assured because you're taking action and you're moving in the right direction. And things start to pick up pace, as I said. And I get a sense here that with the Two of Cups here, it's like this is your protagonist energy, okay? The Lover's card indicates you have a choice. The things that you focus on are what you're attracting in your mind. Remember, thoughts become things. So if the Lover's card is basically you resonating your heart saying, I would love this in my life. The Two of Cups is the universe delivering what it is that you want in your life, okay? There's an affinity here. So really, thoughts become things, and I feel like you will celebrate at the end of the month. Something that you've been working hard towards is showing up for you. Also with the Two of Cups, of course, a relationship. I feel that there's potential for a high-level commitment with you and someone. But also if you're a couple, I get a sense that some of you are making some major life decisions together. Could be to move in with each other or get married. This person may pop the question. So please, act surprised. Also, if you're already married, I get a sense some of you may be deciding to think about emigrating or moving to a different country, or really just looking at where you feel like you belong in the world, okay? Now, the Two of Cups with the Death card, it feels like you've attracted what you desire, and now you're on to the next. I feel like you're closing out a chapter and you're moving on to the next thing that you desire, because I feel like you have many missions in this lifetime, and I feel like you're focusing in many different directions. And I feel it's really important for you to just take a moment, take a pause, to give yourself credit and be proud of your journey, because you've been through a lot, okay? I feel like you tend to have this responsibility on your shoulders to make everything work for everybody in your immediate circumstances. You always feel like you got to look after your family, your friends, your nearest and dearest, and that weighs heavy on your shoulders. There's a sense of duty, okay? And I feel like you will, make good on your promises and your duties, but at the same time, I feel the pressure is off at the end of the month, where you just feel a little bit more like celebrating, getting out there, having fun, and being in the company of good people. The Death card really indicates that some of you are rediscovering that spark that has been missing for a while, that energy, that, joie de vivre, that lust for life, that passion that you are known for, that intensity. And I feel it's because you've been running on empty, because you have been so busy. You've been stretched in many different directions, and you've just been pulled and pushed in so many directions. And I get a sense here that it's like, okay, you've been through the storm, and now it's like things are calming down for you a little bit. It won't last long, but I get a sense here that things are changing for the better for you. And I feel like you're coming back to your center, or it's like you're rediscovering yourself, and it's like you're becoming your old self, but new, improved, okay? And what I mean by that is that you're having the foresight to cut things out, or people or situations out that, you know, no longer resonate with who you are. I feel any difficulties or disappointments, I feel like you're processing them, letting them go, and leaving them in the past. But ultimately, there's some really great things that are headed in your way, in your direction, because you're manifesting them. You tend to be the sort of person that when you think about something, it shows up for you, and you've noticed your power. And some of you may have not understood your power, and you may not have been able to control it, and it just works sporadically for you. But you're going to notice a pattern in the month of August where you can actually be a little bit more in charge of that superpower that you have. You know, for example, you know, if you were looking for love, you dream that person into reality. You know, you visualize what you want and you get it. It may take some time, but I feel you're the sort of person that when you really focus, it works out for you. And I feel the month of August is all about delivering what you desire, and there's better luck for you this time round. Now, before I take this card, they're actually showing me an eye that's like, this came up in a reading I think a couple of days ago, maybe even for your sign. It's an eye with lots of water in it. So some of you may actually have like allergies this month where your eyes are a little bit more itchy. Could also indicate that you're doing a lot of soul searching and processing emotions and being a little bit more sensitive than usual. Okay. They want me to go one more. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them? Oh, one more, please. I mean, I feel it's connected to your passion, that energy has been pent up for such a long time and you've been feeling really stuck. But I feel now is the time to embrace. Okay, now is the time to let the pressure off and release or channel that energy into something really productive that helps you. Now, if you see, your first card there is creation, water. Okay, so you being a water element, I feel like you're creating more peace in your life. I feel as you mature, you're starting to embrace who you are and really like build healthier boundaries and, you know, be a little bit more discerning about who gets access to your heart and your emotions. With this card, this also indicates you're going to be a little bit more creative than usual. But also this is about being in the flow, okay? You know, having the confidence in yourself and your emotions, and of course, most importantly, your intuition. I pulled some cards this morning, and it's no accident that the first card was the intuition card, okay? And I feel that's the energy that we're going to be all feeling as a collective for August, because there are some major changes going on around the world. We can all feel them, we can all see them, we know they're occurring, and I feel your heightened intuition is guiding you through any changes in order to put yourself in a secure position, because your 4th house, your 10th house, and your 5th house are like really influencing you this month. So also with this card, I feel this is important. You're not meant to remain stagnant. You're not meant to keep doing something all the time and struggling with it, because sometimes when we are in a cycle of repeat, things tend to get a little bit boring, and you are meant to live a life of passion, intensity, and, you know, finding interesting things to do in the everyday. You know, of course, we all need to go to work. We all need to have tasks or responsibilities that we have to adhere to. But I feel it's about how you approach them. Keeping life fresh is important to you. Also, and it's not just important to you, but it's necessary for you to keep your emotions flowing, is what they're giving me. Now, also, you're being asked to really focus on what makes you happy, because you tend to think about everybody else's happiness above your own. So you're being asked for the month of August, what makes you happy? If sitting under a tree, listening to the birds, reading a good book is your idea of happiness, go do it. If your idea is, you know, to be happy is to ride a roller coaster or do something that really excites you, go do it. I feel it's really important to now make you a priority, because I feel like you haven't been doing that for quite some time. Now, we do have the light card, okay? It's the sun. And this is about a huge awakening that you've been going through for quite some time. I feel like you've been quite awakened from a very young age, and you've been an old soul with a lot of weight on your shoulders. You may have even had lots of responsibilities when you were younger, and it has taken you a while to give yourself permission to just let loose. Okay, now you may have experienced moments of letting loose when you were like a teenager, but I feel, you know, you have a yearning to rediscover that, like, you know, wild and free part of yourself that you may have felt has been difficult to connect to for quite some time. Now, the Sun card indicates a lot of success, abundance, and prosperity, and leaving anything that has, been confusing behind, or, I feel this is all about you, and letting the sadness go as well. It's really important. I mean, there's two figures right there as well. So very passionate, intense connection. You may even have one with a Leo or a fire element. But this card, it's number 6, Lover's card, but it's more about balance. We need to live life in balance in order to be happy, to experience new things. Variety is the spice of life. And with this card, I really get a sense here that you're being grateful for what you have right now, and that actually attracts new things into your life, new potentials, possibilities, and opportunities. I feel like you're creating, or you're concentrating on something that, brings more vitality, more energy, and helps your health. But also I feel you're learning to shine that light, okay? Because I feel there's been a lot of darkness, and I feel it's been a struggle to really override that energy, especially in the world that we're living in right now. And I feel now, I don't know, I just get this energy of change for you, where you are trying to look on the brighter side of life, because everything else is just weighing you down, and you can't keep going this way. Now, we've also got change, wind. I mean, you've got the Knight of Swords there. So change is afoot, and intuitively you can feel it, you know it, you see it, and I feel like you're ready for it. This card indicates that everything you ever knew in some way has been changing, evolving for quite some time, and you've just been like managing the chaos. But I feel things do get a little bit more simplified for you. When you get this card, again, 2 + 4, 6. So 6 is like going to be a major number for you. But this card, I'm getting an energy here of change. We cannot resist change. It is the one constant in the world that will be ever present. You can prepare for change, but you can never fight it, okay? Because change is always going to happen. The seasons change, circumstances change, we change. It is a constant of life. But I feel intuitively you will be guided to put yourself in a secure position for all the changes that are occurring in your life. Some of you are prepared for changing direction right now, or you've been investigating a change of direction, and I feel now is the time to launch it, because the circumstances are right for your success or happiness with those changes. Also, we have the Magician energy right there, magic, alchemy. You have a lot of power, and that power is in your hands. This is a card that really indicates you're going to have very strong manifestation potential over the month of August. Use it to your full advantage. Now, also with this card, it is an energy of trying to look a little bit more for the magic in the everyday, and that there are going to be some miracles that show up for you. Things that come out of the blue that you weren't expecting. They're really positive. Anything that you've been connecting to, it's really important to notice that, like, if you've had experiences where there's been rejection or things did not go your way, don't let it influence your future, because doubt can, really stifle dreams and goals. And it's really important to recognize that this time, whatever you're connecting to, it's going to be successful, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a project, whether it's you stepping into, a little bit more of a spiritual cycle of life where you're connecting to your higher self and developing your spiritual gifts. I feel things are just slotting into place for you, and August is the catalyst month for you to start noticing that, okay? Look out for maps. They keep giving me that. Look out for maps. Oh, they've only given you 2 rune. Okay, so your first one is interesting. The first rune here is the home. So that's really about your 4th house, your dwellings, where you feel like you belong. Some of you will go into real estate, or you're saving for real estate, or you're contemplating a move. But ultimately, this rune represents the mountain of life, climbing to the top of that mountain. And you're going to get there, okay? It'll give you a bird's eye view of your life and where you want to go next. But ultimately, you're headed towards the top. And I feel like there is security there for you as well. And finally, we have wealth. This is the cattle rune, okay? So this is all about fulfillment, and it's also about power, but ultimately it's about material gain. So I feel like you're being really conservative with your finances, you're saving a little bit more than usual, and really, like, I feel like you're attracting more wealth as well. And if you're going for an appraisal, is what they're showing me, if you're going for an appraisal, it's going to be really positive and it will result in a bonus. Okay, I know bonuses are pretty hard to come by at the moment in the current economics energy right now, but I feel you will get a bonus because of this appraisal that you get. Okay, now this bonus may not come in August, but it may come in like, let me give me the energy, may come in like November, December time is what they're showing me, but it stems from this appraisal right now. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.